Hi guys, and welcome to the Sunderland vs Sheffield Wednesday match preview. Now, this is an absolutely massive one. Absolutely massive. I'm saying it week in, week out. Preview after review. I'm saying all the time that it's a huge one, but it doesn't get too much bigger than this until next Tuesday. But this Friday is the biggest one so far this season, and it's looking to be nearly, if not a sellout at the stadium. Like, they've opened the concourse upstairs and everything, and it's due to be an absolutely amazing atmosphere. I'm gutted myself that I can't go. I've been asked a lot by you guys if I'm going on Friday. I've really wanted to. I finish work at 5 o'clock on Friday, which gives me 2 hours and 3/4 to get to the Stadium Light from Blackpool. Now, I probably would just about to be able to make that. I would probably just about make that if I was going, during, like 7 o'clock in the morning or something, when the roads are dead. But at 5 o'clock during rush hour, there's not a chance in hell I'm getting to the Stadium Light from Sunderland and make it on time for kick-off. I've asked to finish work early and it's just not looking like it's going to happen. So unfortunately, I can't go. Gutted. And I've just missed out on tickets for Sheffield Wednesday return leg as well, which is, again, that's really, really annoying. But what that does mean is that I can announce that I am going to be live streaming this game on Friday. For those who can't make it to the Stadium Light, and I do want to say, by the way, if you can go to the game, if you can afford it, and you maybe haven't been for a while, go and back the lads. I cannot express it enough, and it sounds hypocritical, coming from someone who isn't going, but, if I could, I would. Do you know what I mean? I go to every single game that I possibly can. Not saying that everyone else should be doing that, but, if you can, if you can financially afford it. If you can't, you can't. It's not the end of the world, but support the lads if you can. Support the lads if you can, because try to make that stadium into a fortress against Sheffield Wednesday, which is not going to be a hard race. It's not going to be an easy game, should I say. It's certainly going to be a difficult one. But yeah, so I'm pretty gutted I can't go, but I will be doing a match live stream for that one, which I'm really, really looking forward to. Firstly, though, let's touch upon Morecambe. Of course, I didn't do a review to that game. I was at the game. Went down to Morecambe early doors. Of course, it was a 12:30 kickoff anyway. Drink with a load of you lot in the pubs and the bars and that beforehand. I had such a good laugh. I met loads of you guys. One in particular I would like to give a shout out to was a gentleman named Stan, I believe. I could be completely wrong with that, or I've maybe forgot your name or mixed up, but I'm almost certain your name was Stan, who approached me at the, what was it called now? The pub or the bar on the front. I think it was called the Boardwalk. The bar there, and he approached me and basically said that, he watches the content, he watches the channel, so there's your shout out, mate. Thanks for watching and being a loyal member of the Sarny Army. But yeah, so it was a cracking day, met loads of you lot. In terms of performance, don't get me wrong, it was pretty abysmal, but I suppose at the end of the day, you could argue Morecambe, they kind of knew about half an hour into the game that they were staying up. We knew that we were pretty much solidified our playoff place, given the things that were going on at Plymouth. Since Broadhead scored the goal relatively early doors, I might say, by the way, there's a good 20-30 Sunderland fans crammed in the home end where I was with, and we're having such a laugh. We're chanting at the Sunderland fans, they were chanting back, we're having such a laugh, and even the Morecambe fans, I need to give credit to them, they were class and all, I had a proper good laugh with them, and they were staying up, so they were in sort of party mode as well. So it was just a class day. But yeah, in terms of performance, it was pretty abysmal. It was. We created next to nothing other than the goal. As soon as Broadhead went off injured, which is something we need to talk about as well, as soon as Broadhead went off injured, we looked pretty toothless. We had a couple of set pieces that was kind of like near misses, and and they didn't really create too much either. They got down the wings a little bit and a couple of scrambles in the box. But other than that, nothing really happened for the entirety of the game. So we were just focusing on just having a laugh and taking the piss in the corner in the home end, and that was basically it. But yeah, so we need a massive improvement in performance. But I'm not deluded enough to think that was us giving our role. We brought off brought off Stewart a little bit early to try and protect him. Pritchard the same. But yeah, so we've got McGeady on the bench as well, or we did have McGeady on the bench, so he might feature throughout the playoffs at some point. And the thing is, people say he's been injured all the season or most of the season, which is true. But with Haydn McGeady, whether he's fully fit or not, and he's done it before he's played with injections in his feet and that, and he's been the best player on the pitch. On his day, McGeady, he can wipe a team. Do you know what I mean? He can come up with that moment of magic. So I wouldn't not be against him featuring at all. When you got someone like Haydn McGeady, sometimes you just need to bite the bullet and give him a chance, regardless of the lack of game time. Particularly if you got your backs against the wall or something, you need to get someone to drag you up the pitch and give you that spark. Haydn McGeady's got it in abundance. But either way, so for this game, it's a difficult one to judge. I've been speaking to quite a lot of people. I was speaking with Michael Bowers the other day. Go subscribe to him if you haven't already. Brilliant YouTuber. He really knows his stuff. and he was asking me what I thought about this draw, and I would have preferred a Sheff Wednesday Sunderland final. I think that would have just made for a more glamorous final, but either way, that doesn't mean to say we're getting to the final, but you know what I mean. But two massive clubs, and a club that I massively respect, and none of them arguably should be in this league, but that's where we find ourselves. But at home, with the backing we'll get, I feel like the crowd will really push us on. We've seen the amount of late goals we've got recently, be them equalisers or winners. I think the crowd will really roar us on, and we could get ourselves a win. I can see us getting ourselves a win at the Stadium Light. On the flip side, I really struggle to see us getting a win at Hillsborough. So for me, I just think we really need to go all out at the Stadium Light. Maybe a little bit similar to, a few years ago when we played Pompey, where we managed to get the win at the Stadium Light, and then we just saw out a boring 0-0 draw defending for our lives, and we managed to get ourselves to Wembley, and we know where that went, but we're not talking about that. But that's the kind of way I can see it going, maybe. But we need to go all out. Hopefully we can get a repeat of what happened last time against them at the Stadium Light, a nice 5-0 win, because then we can just kind of relax a little bit in the second leg. I don't see that happening at all. And, Broadhead, if he's fit, of course he starts. I don't think he's going to be fit, but we shall see. I'm making this preview very, very early because I'm pretty much working up until the game, so I need to do it now. So I don't know whether Broadhead's fit. It's looking unlikely. We shall see, though. I think he's getting a scan result today, so we shall see. But Sheff Wednesday, we know what they're all about. They've got some really, really good players, some championship level players. If Bannon's fit as well, I'm not too sure whether he is, then he's, of course, their key man. The goal scorer's got creativity, and it's going to be a really, really good game. But I'm going to go into my preferred 11 for this game. As it stands, of course, there'll be a couple of players. If they are fit, I will tell you where I will put them, etc., etc. But here is my preferred 11, and of course, in the comments down below, let me know who you would select for your starting 11 for this game. This is the team I would go with. Looks a little bit messy, but I will explain. So we have Patterson in goal, O'Nien, Bart and Wright as a back three. Now, preferably, I would like to see Sirkin if he's fit on the left-hand side. I don't think he's going to be. I'd also prefer Doyle, I won't lie to you, but I just can't see O'Nien being dropped. And I just don't like O'Nien in centre either, or at least I prefer, at the moment anyway, which is quite surprising for a lot of you guys, I actually prefer the likes of Evans and Embleton, in the middle over O'Nien. But he did play there last time out, and he can play at the back. We've seen him do it for years now for us. Luke O'Nien, he can play anywhere. So if, Doyle isn't fully fit, or maybe Sirkin isn't, then that would be the back three I'm going to go with, because I think he is going to go with the back three. Now, here's where things get a bit interesting. I know a lot of you might think there's not enough tenacity or enough bite in that middle there with Evans and Embleton. Evans has got really, really good for me over the last few games at getting his foot on the ball and actually moving forward and actually sitting well in front of the back three. Whereas beforehand, I'm not saying that I regret slating him as much as I did, because I do think he offered nothing up until recently, where his performance has picked up and he's really got himself involved in the game. He got himself the assist for Broadhead the other day. So I'd like to see Evans in there. Embleton, he's not the sort of the angel that everyone seems to think he is. He loves to get his foot in. He tracks back, but you know what he's like. When he gets the ball, as soon as he gets up, head up, he wants to go for it. So we need to get as much positivity on the pitch as humanly possible. Right hand side, you've got Gooch. He tracks back very, very well. He does a defensive job as much as humanly possible. That is why on the left hand side, Roberts, I could have easily put Clark or Roberts there, but Clark for me is absolutely terrible at doing the defensive work. Going forward, he hasn't been phenomenal either, but he does pick up assists and he does have that bit of dangerous and that bit of spark about him. Do you know what I mean? So I'd rather Roberts on that left side alongside Evans in the sort of more the middle third, if that makes sense, rather than putting him behind Stewart, because Roberts does get back quite well. Is it? He's not great defensively, but he will track back. Now, going forward, we've got Clark and Pritchard in behind Stewart, and that is if Broadhead isn't fit. So we've got Clark there, who, yes, he can be very, very frustrating. He can be kind of sort of like Gooch of old, where Gooch would try and take a man, come back and does it a million times. But he does get to the byline time and time again, and he does, more often than not, take on his man, and you need that sort of directness, of a player. Pritchard, we know what he can do. He can come deep forward. He can even sit with Evans and Embleton and pick up the ball. That's come deep and turn, and he can bring it into the final third and drag us from the middle to the final third. And Stewart, we know what Stewart's all about. Give him a chance, and he will more than likely score, hopefully anyway. So that is the sort of lineup I would go with. I've changed it a million times before this video, so it could change again very, very easily. It really, really could. I'm staring at it now and there's still things that I think I might even change again. But as of right now, that's the one I've just kind of fell on. So again, in the comments, let me know what you would go with. But now for the dreaded predictions. Now, of course, it would be ideal if we went all out and got ourselves, a 2-3-0 winning at Sheffield Wednesday, and then we can take it back to their place and see it out. I don't think that's going to be the case. I do think we're going to concede first. But I see us turning it around with the big, 40 plus thousand at the Stadium of Light. I see us forcing it again, maybe to the latter stage of the game, and sneaking a 2-1 win at the Stadium of Light. I do think Embleton's going to get one. I think Stewart will get one as well. Pick himself up with a little bit of form just in time for the second leg at the at Sheffield Wednesday at Hillsborough. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 Sunderland win. I would preferably like a larger scoreline because, like I say, there's just something about going to Hillsborough that I just think we're not going to be able to squeeze a result out of, or at least a win. So I'm hoping to God we can do the job on Friday. So yeah, I'm going to go for a 2-1 Sunderland win. Again, let me know in the comments down below what you think. Now, yes, of course, Friday I'm going to be live streaming, like I say. Hope you're excited for it. For those of you who can't make it to the game, do not hesitate to join me. We always have loads of fun. I haven't done it in a little while because I've been going to games or I've been working or what have you. And we might need to get out all the shirts again, stick them all on for good luck, and just throttle myself with Sunderland shirts and hope that we win. But I'm nervous as hell. So nervous. But that's it, guys. Let me know what you think about everything going forward in the comments down below. If you have enjoyed, hit the like button, subscribe if you are new. We've just recently hit 14k. Can we hit 15? Which is a massive ask. But maybe one day. We'll see. But there you go. You take care and stay jammy.